want to take this time to talk about the controls in Assassin's Creed 4, okay? When Assassin's Creed, the original one, first came out, it was like they were trying to do like a Prince of Persia, but they kind of changed it up and they added sci-fi, so it's like a whole new thing. And what was really unique about it was holding down the R trigger, the R button, whatever, to do your parkour and to do your free running. This allowed you to then, anytime you come in contact with a surface, you will like climb up it or whatever. That's got to go. That's done. There's no reason to do that anymore at all, okay? I'm getting sick of it, and especially in Assassin's Creed 4, I couldn't stand... Oh my god. I mean, oh, this one part was so bad. I even recorded it on my PS4, but then like you upload it to Facebook, and actually here, let me show you a clip. And as you can see, because of that YouTube stuff, I had to kind of shorten the clip. But anyway, in the clip, I was I landed on this island. I wanted to go grab an Animus piece or whatever, so I run from one side. It's like a maze. It's like a jungle. It took me forever. You get to the other side. All right. You gotta do some climbing to get this piece. So I'm just climbing, whatever. Sometimes, you know, I'm holding down R so you can scale, and then sometimes I'm trying to climb over and it won't let me, and I'm like, why? So then I just like move my guy over, and then he gets up. I'm like, okay, and then I'm like jumping, you know, across beams or whatever. And there's that every once in a while where you go to jump and your character just like goes the whole opposite direction off a cliff down to your death and you die. And you weren't trying to do that, and the game just did that. So then I start over at the very beginning of that point, and I'm like, I have to go through this whole thing again just to get that? No. No, Ubisoft, I'm not going to do that. But I did do it. And then I kept playing the game. But this goes into anything, like, it makes it when you're doing the traveling, it's just not fun. It makes you not want to play the game because of how horrible the controls are when you're walking around. They need to make the controls awesome. Like the latest Tomb Raider, any Uncharted, I mean, even the Infamous series, which I thought was kind of boring, but the controls are great. That's what Assassin's Creed needs to do. It doesn't need to bother having an R trigger to run. You know what it needs to do? Because you want to run fast, you might tell me, hey, just don't press the R trigger, but then I'm going to be walking everywhere, and that's going to take an hour just to walk from one building to another, okay? Because that's, I guess, what you want to do when you're trying to be stealthy, but you know what? Especially with how Assassin's Creed 4 was, you didn't need to do that too often. Because you'd be running from, like, place to hide, like a bush to the side of the wall. So they need to have it where, with the left stick, you push it all the way to run. And then in those certain moments where they need to be stealthy, you just scale it back and you barely press it so you're being stealthy. And then they should have it to where anytime you want to jump up to something, you press the jump button. Really. Because I don't want to be chasing someone, okay? And then my shoulder clips a wall, and then all of a sudden I'm scaling the wall, okay? And my guy's getting in the way. Not only did I scale the wall, but then I'm like, oh, I want to get back down. Let's press circle. I was press circle to like go down, but he like won't go down, so I'm turning around and I'm like, well, how am I gonna get down? Maybe I gotta jump to the next building, but then my guy like jumps like somewhere else, and then I fall and die, and then I have to start over again. At times I messed up where just the controls are so bad, there's no reason for that. And it's weird, the R1 button, that's like a RB1, that's something that's easily accessible to do something. All it does is bring up stats. That's like the dumbest thing. That could be so much more, okay? They need to make that where you switch weapons so I don't have to move my thumb off the movement stick to then switch something so I can't move. I'd rather be in battle, have my swords, and then use R to like hold down and then like select or tap through, I don't know, to use another weapon to fight with. And not only that, but they need to rework the entire animation system. From an animation when you're starting to move, starting to jump, to recovering. Because everything right now is so weird and spastic. You go from one direction to another, and I'll see other characters. I mean, go on YouTube, search Assassin's Creed Let's Play videos, watch people play it, and you can just see how it's just a mess. It really is, and that's why the most fun I had in Assassin's Creed 4 was being on a ship. That's just sailing the seas, blowing up other ships. The controls need to be reworked. Please, Ubisoft, next Assassin's Creed, if you make another one, of course you're gonna make another one, is to rework the controls, okay? Make the movement all the way forward goes to run, so you don't have to hold down something to run, and that same button that you're holding down is a button that makes you like scale like everything around you, and then rework all that scaling, because I will come up to a rock that is below my knee, and for some reason I won't be able to climb it. I'm like, what? And so I stop, and I'm like, what? And then I try again, and then I get over it. It's like, well, why did that happen? Once a glitch, but it happened all the time. That needs to be fixed. Oh my god, was it frustrating. It was, oh man, it reminded me of Assassin's Creed 3 and all the bugs in that. If it wasn't for as much as it had in the game, I wouldn't be playing, you know? And I know they make money, so they're just gonna make them anyway. But fix it. Okay, thanks for watching me rant. I guess I'm not too scary when I rant, but yeah, thanks.